I'm so excited to talk about what we have today. Okay, first things first, give me 1 second. I want to make sure I'm live in the right places and my sound works right because if I don't check it, it comes out wonky. Even when I test it in other places before I come live. So I'm just going to do that right quick. First, give me 1 second. I want to make sure I'm live in the right places and my sound works right because if I don't check it, it's a little wonky. I think I fixed it. Even when I test it in other places before I come live. Right quick. Okay. Hopefully it sounds all right for you. Let me know. At first it seemed a little feedbacky, but I think I fixed it. It's just a little wire loose. Okay, so today I want to talk about the best trick for handling overstimulation. And let me back up a little because I didn't realize this was a thing for me until about like a month ago. Okay. I've been doing a lot of like meditations and like digging deeper into myself, which is probably why you've noticed I haven't been on here quite as much. I'm taking a new course and have some new mentors around that. And I'm like, yes, okay. So, and then the trick I'm going to tell you, I've actually been doing for probably 6 months, and they kind of did one of these and kind of came together. And I was like, oh, okay. Like the meditations helped me bring this to the surface of like, wow, I've been really overstimulated. And this thing I've been doing has kind of been like my go-to fix. So when these things came together, I was like, oh, and it's been such a like relief and knowing I have a strategy for when I'm feeling overstimulated. So flashback to like a month or so ago, which really even longer, but like my awareness to it was probably only a month or so ago, give or take. So I've been since like Christmas and like that week between Christmas and New Year's, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. And like some people think that like January 1st happens and then it's like, okay, I've watched that all away, new year, new me, let's go for it. However, when we're actually trying to like make changes and like get rid of the things that are no longer serving us, that takes a while. It's not just like, okay, that no longer serves me, I'm going to get rid of it, because our brain, our neurons have been firing in those patterns for maybe even our whole lives, right? And so it takes a lot of work. So I've kind of been in this like cocoon of like alone time. Like I just want to be alone. I just want to sit in my room and like snuggle up. Maybe it's because it's winter here and it's cold, and like just be with myself. And so I don't know if any of you are feeling that way. Like, you know, comment or give like a raise hand emoji, like, yes, that's me. I just want to like, I feel like I'm like, wow, like maybe this is selfish of me, but like I just want to be by myself all the time, almost. Right. But maybe it's because I don't get a lot of self-time that I'm like 20 minutes, I'm like, this is heaven. Right. And if I were alone by myself all the time, I might be like, oh, I'm lonely and I want people around. That's besides the point. Okay, let's get back on topic. Just had to say that apparently. Hold on, coffee first. It's only like 6:15 where I'm at as I record this. I'm not sure where you're at. Feel free to let me know. And so for like, I don't even know how long, I've been like, when my kids get wild and crazy, or when they're fighting, or like when I go on breaks, right, from work, because I'm a teacher, so we get like winter break with the kids off, so we get the same time off, which is nice. But then I tend to immediately step into mom role, and I tend to just kind of take things over. So I take over making breakfast, making lunch. Not that anyone tells me to, or I feel like I just do. Okay, I'm working on it. Working on not doing that. But it gets to be a point sometimes where it's like the kids are home, they're either screaming and fighting, or they're playing nicely together, but they're still screaming and they're running around. And then I notice that I'm feeling frantic, right? where it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't focus. I have all these things to do. Like you're driving me nuts. And like things are happening and firing and the TV's on or there's music on and there's screaming happening and there's games happening and the TV's on and the switch is on and the tablets are on and my phone's beeping. I got potential spam calls coming in, all the things. And so for me, I feel like, okay, I'm getting irritable. I'm getting like frustrated. I'm feeling like my emotional elevator going up. And before, like sometimes I'd get really like frustrated and upset. And my husband would be like, are you okay? I'm like, no. And he's like, anything I can do? No. Like, what's going on? I don't know. Right. Usually by then tears are happening. Right. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling. I don't know. I'm just like feeling frantic. So for me, overstimulation kind of happens in two ways. That was like the exterior, right? Like everything's happening at once in your life on the outside world. And then what happens is in our brains, especially as like busy, hardworking moms, our brains sometimes feel the same way, right? Like neurons are firing nonstop. We're thinking about what we have to do today. Did I remember to pack snack? Oh shoot, I have to email this person and I have to text this person and I have to do this and I have to do that. So even in our brains, it's like neurons firing all the time. And so I had this like realization of like, wow, I am like way overstimulated. And once I said that, it was like the last puzzle piece like put in and you like see the full picture of like, wow, all of these times I'm thinking it's like all these other things when really it's just I'm overstimulated. There's too much going on out in the exterior world and in my brain. And I'm overheating, right? Like my emotions and my body are overheating. And so I was like, okay, that's a fantastic self realization. First of all, self realization, I love it. And what am I going to do about it? So part of like going into 2023, I was like, I need more quiet alone time. I know I need that because I'm starting to realize these emotions that are connected, like irritation, just like feeling overly emotional, feeling very anxious, crying, right? Those are, I'm noticing that overstimulation kind of triggers those. And so this actually over break happened where I was like starting to feel that. And I was like, I need to go take 15 minutes in the bedroom by myself and just like reconnect. And that was like, I want to say like magical, but I don't know. It was exactly what I needed. And after the 15 minutes, I was able to like reapproach the craziness from a new mindset because I was able to like calm the stimulation in my mind. And then that allowed and calm my emotions. And then that allowed me to like bring that calm energy and presence to the exterior world. So that's why I've been doing a lot more like meditation type stuff because I'm like, oh, I really enjoy this. This is really like good for my soul. Just like sitting here and meditating in like quiet but not quiet. So here's the trick. The other thing that I've been doing, and I started doing this for focusing while I work. So like for tuning out distractions. So I kind of taught it to my students during like our social emotional learning stuff, but then I do it and it's like music, but it follows a pattern. And I'm probably going to screw up how to say it, but like the binaural beats or like I just call it frequency music, right? I just search YouTube like frequency music and all of these things pop up. I think like Woke Nation does more of like classical type frequency, but they'll say like for positive or for, house clearing. And that's where I started. And then I found like these binaural beats. And Meditative Mind Tube is one that I'm like really loving right now. And that's how I got started because it was like, focusing and concentration. I was like, yes, this is what I need. And this is also the music that my students need. So the trick is to play something like that and put headphones on. Okay. So like, yes, take like a 5-10 minute break, but while you're doing that, listen to this. And for me, that has been like just hearing the rhythm and the consistency of the beats, right? And there's some science behind it, and it has to do with like brain waves and things like that. And I'm not going to go into that in this video. You're welcome to do your own research on that. I've been totally geeking out on that though, by the way. And so and it's been so helpful. Like to the point where it's like, I choose to listen to that over music. That's how helpful it is, because like music changes and like the rhythm and the melody changes and then the song changes, where these are like a lot of the same patterns for like an hour. And I've gotten to the point where it's like, even doing dishes, I would rather listen to that, because it's like, okay, it helps me just like tune out all of the things. But like, I can also hear, like if my kids need me or anything like that, I can hear. And it's been like, it's a game changer for me. I feel like this is like a practice, and I'm like, okay, like this is going to be with me for the rest of my life. Right? Like, it's one of those strategies. It's a lifer. It's a life habit. Anywho, that's the trick that I have for handling overstimulation. Yeah, I hope you try it. If you do try it, let me know how you think. Otherwise, if you want to talk more about this, like, feel free to pop into my community, go on there and talk about these things. And I dive a little bit deeper into strategies, like meditations, the YouTube channels, like all of those things. I dive in deeper, and it's just nice little community circles type deals. So if you want to, feel free to pop into that. The description's in this video. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time, and I hope you have the best day ever.